Okay, so I made a couple trades today. Now that I'm looking back at them, they're both pretty bad, I think. No, there wasn't like a real strategy that I think that I trade behind it on this first one. So the stock was just extremely weak from the open, down like, I don't know, 40% pre-market, something like that. Came down and it got stuck here and went back up. I had a little reversal in the first few minutes. And if this was my strategy that I like to trade, it would have gotten stuck here. It would have came to the moving averages and then traded down lower. That's generally what I look for in like the 5-minute opening ranges that I trade. And this was just nothing really close to that. I don't really know what my plan was. I mean, I understand what I did here is VWAP. It was the high of day. And when this candle ticked over, it started selling immediately. So I took it short, and then 4 seconds later it just started going back up and stopped me out. I stopped myself out right at the 2. No, I think that's the 50 moving average on the 1, which is, once I saw it go above it, I immediately stopped myself out, but it was only a tick or two. So I mean, it's alright. I stopped myself out. This was just a bad trade in general. I really shouldn't have been in it in the first place, but I limited my loss 1 R, and that was that. Next was Yelp. Traded Yelp. So here we go. So this trade I'm perfectly fine with. So I'll show you what I was looking at here on Yelp. Zoom in on the 15. The 5 we can scroll out, and then the daily. Okay. So on the, let me get rid of this tail. That was just my stop to tell me where to get out. Come on now. Nope. Go away, please. Okay. So we have a decent looking ABCD here. Strong out of the open. A, B, and then I'm looking at this moving average and this level for C. Okay. So we have our move up. Off this daily level we get rejected, which that should have been probably the first red flag. And if you look back on the daily, it coincides with both of these levels here, here, and then maybe even further back. I'm not sure. Let me look. No. Some other spots, but not as prominent as those. So off this pullback to the moving average, we see a hammer. And I took it long, but I took it long at the exact high of the hammer that was formed. At this hammer, when it ticked over and then came back up to test it, I took it long at the high of that candle, which I should have waited 1 more cent and taken it long at the break of that candle, but I didn't. I jumped in too early. I was just trying to be a little bit preemptive on it. And then when I saw this happening, I actually thought it was still going to break out once we saw this wedge and then higher lows. I thought we were going to break through it, but no, it flushed out on me and took another 1 R risk. And then for some weird reason, I took along here. I took it with like a quarter size. This was completely emotional, this trade. I was convincing myself, oh, it's on this moving average and it's a hammer on the 5. This is definitely a long, is what I was saying to myself. But I took it a quarter size, and then I think 2 or 3 minutes later I was like, what the fuck am I doing? This is dumb. And I got right out. And luckily I did get out when I got out, because I lost $1. So I mean, my trades were definitely could have had better selection, but I did manage my risk well. Even with 2 losing trades, I didn't let it get to me emotionally and take more trades with full size. And, I try to limit myself to 2 risk per day. So I didn't go over that. I'm actually a little bit under that. Yeah, I'm under 2 risk per day by just 10 cents or something like that. So overall, the selection sucked. This one was okay, but I'm buying into these moving averages, or these daily levels, which I shouldn't have after rejection. First trade on NKTR just was a bad trade, was just really guessing at that point. So overall, end of the week plus 2R, I think, and in the month I'm plus 8 or 9R so far. So we'll limit the down days and save room, or just save ourselves until we have the big up days. All right, guys, I'll see you Monday. Thanks.